Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about negative work. Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about negative work. What is negative work? Work done is said to be negative if the applied force is in opposite direction to that of displacement is called negative work. Once again, I am writing here. Please observe carefully. Work done is said to be negative if the applied force is in opposite direction to that of displacement. Once again, work done is said to be negative if the applied force is in opposite direction to that of displacement. That means now I applied a force in this direction, but the body which is moving in this direction, displacement, that means this is displacement direction from center to here. It is mass of a body. Now the distance between these two is S. This displacement acquired by a force applied in right side direction, whereas the body moves opposite direction to the applied force. In that case, the work is negative. The work is negative. In this case, the angle between force and displacement. Force and displacement is 180 degrees. That means this is force direction, this is displacement direction. Now what is the angle between these two? 180 degrees. Okay. Now examples. Here there are 4 examples. Work done by the frictional force of air by rough surface when an object is lifted from the surface of earth is one of the example. Here the angle is 180 degrees. Second one, work done by a friction on an object sliding on a rough surface. Third point, work done by brakes in stopping a running vehicle. Point number 4, work done by hand in stopping a running ball are the examples for the negative work. Now I am writing on the board one by one. Please observe carefully. Point number 1, work done by the frictional force of air by rough surface when an object is lifted from the surface of the earth. Once again I am repeating in the example for the negative work done by the frictional force of air by rough surface when an object is lifted from the surface of the earth is one of the example. Okay, now we are going to discuss another example. Point number 2, work done by friction on an object sliding on a rough surface surface. Once again, work done by friction on an object sliding on a rough surface is example for the negative work. Now we are going to discuss point number 3, example of negative work. Work done by brakes in stopping a running vehicle. A running vehicle is example for the negative work. Point number 4, work done by hand in stopping a running ball. Is also example for the negative work. Once again, I am repeating these points. Please observe carefully. Work done by a friction on an object sliding on a rough surface is example for negative work. Work done by brakes in stopping a running vehicle is also example for negative work. Work done by hand in stopping a running ball is also example for negative work. Now we are going to discuss about zero work. Now zero work. Work done is said to be zero if the applied force is zero, or displacement is zero, or the angle between displacement and force is 90 degrees. In such a case, the work has to be done is zero. Now I am writing on the board. Please observe carefully. Work done is said work done is said to be zero if the applied force if the applied force is zero, or displacement is zero, or the angle between between displacement the angle between displacement and force is 90 degrees, then the work has to be done is 0. Once again I am repeating, work done is said to be 0 if the applied force is 0. That means here there is a body. I applied a force that is equal to 0. That means I didn't apply any force. In that case, the work is 0. Okay? In that case, the work is equal to 0. Now, if the applied force is 0 or displacement is 0, that means here there is an object. I applied a force. Okay, here F not equal to 0, but the displacement S is equal to 0. In that case, the work is equal to 0. Okay, this is, or the angle between displacement and force is 0. That means here there is an object. I applied a force here, but the displacement is in this direction, upward direction. Now what is the angle between them? 90 degrees. In that case also the work is 0. Okay, these three are cases. Once again I am repeating, work done is said to be 0 if the applied force is 0 or displacement is 0 or the angle between displacement and force is 0. In that case, the work is said to be 0 work. Now, we are going to discuss some examples about this. A car will not move if no force is applied on it. So, no work is done in this case. Next, work done in pushing a rigid wall is 0 because displacement of the wall is 0. Next, work done by a coolie carrying load on his head and standing on a platform is 0. These three are the examples for 0 work. Now, we are going to discuss these three examples about 0 work on the board. Now, examples. Examples. Point number 1. A car will not move if no force is applied. If no force is applied on it. So, no work is done in this case. Dear students, what is meaning for that one? Take, there is a car which is not moving. Okay, because we are not applied any force on this one. That means force is equal to 0. Therefore, what is the work? The work is also 0. This is one of the example for the 0 work. Now, example number 2. Okay, work done. Work done in pushing a rigid wall is 0 because displacement of wall is 0. Dear students, work done in pushing a rigid wall is 0 because displacement of wall is 0. This is also one of the example. What is meaning for that one? That means here there is a wall. Okay, now here there is a person. This person applied a force on the wall. Okay, now he applied a force F which is not equal to 0. But is the wall is moving? No, not at all. Therefore, the displacement S is equal to 0. In this case, W is equal to 0. This is the one of the example for 0 work. Now, another example. Point number 3. Work done by a coolie. Carrying work done by a coolie carrying load on his head and standing on platform. Is 0. Once again, I am repeating. Work done by a coolie carrying load on his head and standing on a platform is 0. That means here there is a coolie. He is standing on a platform. On his head there is some load. Now, what is the displacement? He is moving in this direction. This is displacement direction, but this is the load direction. That means force direction. Now, what is the angle between them? 90 degrees. In this case also, the work is done by him is 0. Okay. students, I hope you understood about negative work and zero work in this video. Thank you very much for watching this video.